Thank you. Good evening all. My name is Yanni Giannakis and I've had the pleasure of being the team lead for A Reasonable Standard in 2025. When I first joined A Reasonable Standard, I realised it wasn't just a publication, it was a mirror. A mirror reflecting everything law students feel but rarely say out loud. The exhaustion, the ambition, self-doubt and hope. Our goal wasn't to change that. It was to help that reflection reach more faces and remind every student that they are seen. This year, our vision revolved around authenticity, empathy, and meaningful connection. These three things guided every article we wrote, every event we ran, and every conversation we sparked. In 2025, our team published 8 new articles, each tackling the realities of law student life and mental well-being, the chaotic, honest, and daunting prospect of leaving law school. From burnout and imposter syndrome to being more open with friends and mentors, we wanted our readers to see themselves represented, not just as students, but as people. We also continued our podcast featuring none other than Matt Finnis, former CEO of St Kilda Football Club and a practicing lawyer. He spoke about mental health and resilience in high-pressure careers, and hearing someone so established open up about vulnerability reminded us of why our work mattered. A Reasonable Standard has always been more than just a publication. It's a community. Our flagship Wellbeing in Law and Networking Night brought together students, alumni, and 8 industry experts across 2 panel discussions, and we were blown away to see a record-breaking 3 times increase in attendance from last year. We invited barristers who are on the Victorian Bar Health and Wellbeing Committee with experience about how mental health at the bar truly is. We had criminal and family lawyers who spoke about sectors of the legal industry where mental health is so important. We hosted law graduates and panellists with diverse careers to show that commercial law and even the legal industry isn't the only pathway. We even had our very own 2024 LSS president, Natasha Tian, who spoke about balancing uni work and the full-time job that is LSS presidency. We also ran our new Chais and Chats, a free gathering designed to encourage students to relax and open up about their feelings regarding mental well-being in law while sipping on some chai. Finally, we completely rebranded our social media, doubling our following to a massive 650 followers and boosted engagement across all platforms. But more than metrics, it meant that our message that well-being is just as essential as success had reached more people than ever before. Looking ahead, I hope that A Reasonable Standard can collaborate with organisations like the Law Institute of Victoria and partner with their Live Young Lawyers program in order to expand the benefits that students receive. We also want to tackle more intersectional challenges, such as how international students and women in law experience law school and the roadblocks they potentially face regarding opportunities within the legal industry. I would like to extend my thanks to my incredible team, Kimberly, Kanuli, Juliet, Amelia, Ethan, Faye, Iris, Sana, and Gagan. Thank you all for your immense work, ideas, and last-minute edits that turned our visions into reality. To all those a part of the LAP, and specifically Javid, thank you for supporting our mission and the efforts that you continually put through throughout the year to make all of our ideas and events possible. If there's one thing I remember in torts, it's that A Reasonable Standard is a benchmark for judging the level of care one has for another. But this year, under the IRS, has shown me that it's important to remember to hold that same level of care for ourselves and for our own well-being. Law will test your resilience, your confidence, and sometimes your own sense of self-worth. So if you go home today remembering only a couple things about A Reasonable Standard, remember that our vision is highlighting the importance of authenticity, empathy, and making meaningful connections. Thank you very much.
We're being very polite in the judging now. So if we were to give you, I noticed that Paul said up to $1,000, but the program says $1,000. We'll come back to that, Paul, later, as a point of interpretation. What would you do with it, and why will it be good value for money?
Yeah. Well, I would like to note that, as mentioned before, we did hold our yearly event, which was the Wellbeing and Networking Night. And we would like to note that that's something that we wanted to be a non-for-profit event and something that is free for all students. We didn't want to monetize that. So there were struggles with funding that So I believe that would be one of the main things that we would use $1,000 for catering and for organising that whole event. I would say another thing is like looking into partnerships, like mentioned before about the Live Young Lawyers program. They've already got resources allocated for students, and there's a free membership that students can already purchase with that. So I think if we were to go down that pathway of having a partnership with them, we were able to create some sort of, not so much a clerkship guide, but something similar that has a guide regarding careers and pathways, and creating something in which it doesn't just discuss. We've noted that people have come up to us discussing concerns regarding only the commercial aspect of law, I guess. So creating a guide that has great breadth, I think we could put funding in so that it's free for all students, because I know that after our event we did something unique which we haven't done previously, which was to have letters of guidance from the panelists. And I think being able to implement a guide that is free for all students would be really advantageous, because there is the numbers, and people obviously, conversations about mental health are obviously extremely important, and it's becoming something topical as years go on. So I think it's never going to be a waste of money investing in something like this. So, thank you.